Some heroes are born. Some heroes are made. These heroes are on commission. Welcome to No Experience Necessary.
I order so much Orc's Brew.
Okay, can you guys each roll a d20 while you're doing that? Guys go out and drinking. Haley, Thea is pretty focused on the drinking and the chicken wings. You're gonna spend 20 gold over this course of this binge that you guys went on.
Okay, drinking like I'm rich.
While you were hanging out, you got pulled into a game of dice and walked away with a modest amount of money from that. You got an extra 9 gold and 5 silver. And so you spent some money, you made some money, but you didn't make any new friends. You said you got
11.
Theodore.
Oh, and I am a ladies' man.
Yes, you are. Atheodore, you met a new guy not a new guy. You made a friend in Mr. Irontooth, the person at the library who gave you your chits for your first mission. Okay. You guys spent a lot of the night drinking. You bought a lot of his rounds for him because you are, just outside AAA, where the little town has sprung up around the headquarters. Went to their bar, you ran into him, told him about this insane thing that happened, and you're doing that magic trick where you pretend to remove your finger.
But then it's actually...
But then when you hold up your hand, you're like, oh no, where'd that finger go? And that's you did that joke a good 10 times, and it always killed. And... you also came away with some money. You stumbled into a game of cards, walked away with 20 gold, but because you were buying so many rounds, you spent 70. So just knock off 50 gold from that, because you were buying a lot of alcohol for a lot of people. But you are now really, really tight with Mr. Irontooth.
Sweet.
And... Kava?
Yep.
What did you say you rolled?
19.
19. You were sticking to Theodore like glue, so you are also got really, really chummy with Mr. Irontooth.
Awesome.
So you two are good friends now. But you also met a halfling named Francis.
Okay. Hey, Francis. What's up?
And he showed you some cool card tricks while the rest were playing. Were gambling.
Yeah.
He was showing you sleight of hand tricks and whatnot. During that time, you know what? You also got a point of inspiration from that, realizing that you don't have to be magical in order to perform magic.
Nice.
And also, while you were partying and planning on dipping out, after 2 hours, you ended up going way too hard, way too fast, and you woke up in a completely different city.
Oh.
Yeah. And you realize you have less money than when you started.
Oh.
You are missing 180 gold. You're lighter in the pockets, and... somehow, you woke up in a city on the far northeast corner of the Isle of Disaster. You somehow managed to get there, although it is about a 3-day trip back to the AAA headquarters.
Do I still have my pad thing?
No, you would have turned that in before your next mission. So you're 3 days away from AAA headquarters. You have what you had on your person, just minus that money.
All right. Are there teleportation services in this town?
No, you will have to get a horse, like the horse that you've been wanting since the beginning of this thing. Yes. Now, the next day, you guys are vaguely hungover. Who would like to do their little thing first? We'll just start assigning.
All right.
Okay, Matt?
I am stumbling out of someone's bed.
Okay. This is we're doing a hard cut to like a couple days later. Hey.
Oh, morning after.
Okay. You are stumbling out of Iron Tooth's bed.
Oh, is that good looking?
No, but
Alright,
you guys had such a fun time at the bar. When the bar closed, you went and drank some more at his place and crashed on his sofa. It's a pullout,
Alright.
if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I'm out in the sunlight because it's probably around 1.
Okay.
I immediately put on my shades.
Mm-hmm.
They're magic. Mm-hmm. And by magic, I mean
They
they
block
keep
light.
the sun out of my eyes
Okay.
as I stumble towards where I might get breakfast
Okay.
/ pick up chicks while looking good.
Sure. So are you going to go back to like the AAA and get food from like the slop shop, or are you gonna?
No, I'm gonna find a pretty decent place in town.
Okay. Wandering around the outskirts, you walk past the bar, and there's a couple people that are sleeping like up against the side of the bar, but the doors are still closed and barred. They're not open for business. You start to feel a little concerned that there's more of the evening that you may have not remembered.
Well, I very quickly walk past it and look for a reputable establishment.
There is a couple shops, but the one that's drawing you in smells of eggs and bacon, and you wander into a hole-in-the-wall breakfast parlor. It's called the Millennium Avocado.
I am hipster as fuck. This is perfect.
All right. So you wander in. You have yourself a hearty breakfast. It's only going to cost you 4 silver for many, many eggs and some toast and some fried pig fat.
Well, I'll munch that down.
Mm-hmm.
Not too quickly. I'm looking cool.
Yeah.
Looking like I'm enjoying it. I also cast, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of healing spell on myself to get rid of the hangover.
Okay.
Probably healing word.
Alright. Doesn't work that way, but okay.
It totally works that way.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Well, I get 1d4.
Okay. Well,
HP back, so-
you're healing. So you're looking cool, you're eating your food, and while you're doing that, you're pulling out, your books, your papers, your maps. You're trying to find a good place that you can make it down there, spend some time, make it back before the week is out. Where do you feel like going?
Bum, bum, bum. I don't know. I think there's some nice bodies of water.
Okay. So you're going
Maybe
to...
where I think it's going to be warm.
Sure. So there is a big city off the coast of Spring Light on the eastern side of the continent of Auspician.
Okay.
You're looking for there. Now, are you looking for like a lower class place where people wouldn't bat an eye if you cheat at cards? Or are you looking for an upper class place where you have to wear a suit and tie? Like, what are you looking for?
I do look good
Mm-hmm.
in the clothing that I'm used to, so I'm thinking slightly upper class.
Okay. Do you want like a middle of the road place?
Yeah,
or...
like kind of like that, where I know that I probably shouldn't feel like I'm superior to everyone,
But you super do.
but I super do, and also I'm beautiful enough to look at.
Okay. Sure. So you go to southern corner of the city in Spring Light, and it's the city of Las Vegas. No,
It's more like a Laughlin.
sure. Let's say you're going to the city of Minuet.
All right.
And you're looking for a middle of the road kind of like an upscale sports bar, or maybe like a low class martini bar, something.
I'm thinking like, I don't know, somewhere I can get sangrias on the beach.
Okay, so there is.
While also buying sangrias for beautiful, scantily clad elves.
Sure. So in Minuet, there is a.
Or gnomes or halflings, I don't care.
There's a. You're close enough.
You just want to get in something.
It's.
You
in
may
my
or may not
character
have
sheet.
gotten it into Iron Tooth, so who knows. So you did.
I'm gonna try and be more sober this time.
You did find a nice tiki bar that is not really near the beach. This is still kind of inland. You'd have to go like 20 minutes outside of the city to actually make it to the beach. But they have their bar on the waterfront, which is just kind of like an inlet that goes into a big lake. And so they kind of leaned into that with the tiki themes. In this bar, there's, a couple tables for cards, there's a couple dice tables, but mostly people are content to listen to the bards play and just kind of drink and chat, and it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of restriction on, going in and saying hello to a person and
Alright.
starting a conversation. Most people, if they're not with somebody else or listening intently and tipping the bards, they have they'll have books at their table, but they're constantly looking up to see if anybody's coming up to chat. So they're ready to talk no matter what. In this time, how long were you planning on staying in Minuet?
You know what? I'll
whole
just
time,
stay
right?
the entire time.
Okay.
Give myself a decent, leisurely amount of time for the travel back.
Okay. So, as you're there, I would like you to roll a d8 and also let's have you do this one first. Roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
21.
21. You are becoming the life of the party, and while you were planning on jumping, bar hopping, checking out the scene, maybe doing some shopping, all that stuff, you became so utterly popular at this tiki bar in Minuet that you just spent your entire holiday there. You've met three brilliant people. There's 2 wood elves and a lady gnome who
It's open.
all just really enjoyed you hanging out for that first night, and every night you've come back, they've been there and wanted to talk to you more about what you do and everything. In this time, could you please roll that d8?
4.
While you're hanging out with these people, you met this other person, this individual, who is not exactly well regarded in this bar. Her interests have gone to a romantic side here, but even in all of your predilections, you have not enjoyed her company whatsoever. And she tries to find a way into your group every time that you're around. Her name is Jopinus? Nope, that's not it. Jopindel. Joplindel, how about that? Joplindel is a human in her late 40s. She's not unattractive, but her personality is very ugly.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
you
looking
are-
forward to late 40s.
You are going to spend
I can't spare the dying on her.
as you're doing all of this, you spend an incredible time there, even though a good third of it is ducking away from her whenever you see her rolling up to your group.
Well, I make a game out of it.
And that's not the only game you make out of it. You also have found yourself incredibly lucky at the cards after hanging out with Iron Tooth, and you have won yourself a small fortune. Ooh. You are going to get, by the time you're leaving, 1,200 gold. And by the time you've left this bar, you are now a local legend in Minuet.
As always, just gonna say thank you to Incomputech and Kevin McLeod, as well as bensound.com, where we get all of our background music, our opening and closing music. Also, our special thanks to Dungeons & Dragons version 5.0 and Wizards of the Coast for making such an awesome game that we love playing. If you wanted to check out all the stuff that we do, go to scudsworth.com. If you want to see like the maps and all the assets regarding this game, it's under the episode description on the website. If you want to check out our Facebook, where you can find us at Facebook just by searching scudsworth.com. You can find our Twitters. I am at Tescud, that's TEHSUD. Matt's at TheSdragon. June's at Gemini_trans. And Haley is at Haley M. Garner. Please take a look at our Patreon as well. That would be really awesome if you could do that. It's patreon.com/TEHSCUD, or just follow the links on on anything that I post on the website. And next episode should be up in 2 weeks. You can check out these same episodes on YouTube if you prefer to watch podcasts on YouTube. That's more or less everything for us here. We really appreciate you. Share this with your friends. Word of mouth is the best way to get this all out. And, we're launching more podcasts, more videos. It's all on scudsworth.com. So come visit us there. It would be really cool of you. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. Love you. Bye.